Always a pleasure. I mean, officer.
Hey, was there something you... Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Ian.
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
I can confirm that.
I see what you're doing there. Let's push him.
She didn't? Well, whoop-de-doo then.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
All fucking righty then. I guess it...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Okie dokie. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this? I ask for your opinion. Not a bedtime...
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us. Unlike you.
Fantastic. So now, you remember how to do your job. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get...
Yeah, guys.
Why? Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time, You see her? Tell her. Titus said.
Fuck on!
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good. Those are the other guys. My shit is solid gold. You can trust me. Oh, you don't like these? Argue. Why is Goldmouth mean to him? Something is wrong. It doesn't look like he's succeeding.
No, we fucking ain't, asshole. No one's fiddling anyone in here.
No, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me?
I think you're losing it, Fiddleman.
No. This fucking suicide carny is trying to get to me. This ain't gonna work with Titus Hardy. Put the fiddle down. Or walk away. It's that simple.
He'll put the fiddle down. Put it down.
I do not understand. This fiddle play totally fell apart. The concept was solid, but the delivery tragically off. You sounded...
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Just like the last time. Don't worry. We will see through. You are advised. The strange moment ends. It was the same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The bed is still... It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you. Forever on ferrotape. You're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The endless learning experience. On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Beautiful.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister. As ceaseless. Up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain you've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios. Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like, whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee. Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez, your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol. And, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves. Most likely, your findings will be, once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels. Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Yes? I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject. If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us. Why are you pronouncing it like you are a coalition bureaucrat? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? But isn't that our job? Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Fascinating. And in any event, I am just a humble law official. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Heidelstein, the gentleman near the Fell building with the distinctive way of speaking. Now, was there anything else?
Again? I can't believe...
Yes? What is it?
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap. Hell no.
Thanks.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
Well, they may not look impressive, Locusts.
Inside a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be?
Yes. Simple. A trap at least. That's the intention. The net, they'll work, I assure. Thank you for...
Not a big fan of skepticism.
Yes. What?
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no She came up with that psychopathic all in all. Kuno respects madness.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about?
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against...
Idiot. That's it. You let him off the line.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my...
A chill comes over you. The wind from the boulevard south. Lashing. What's going on? Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno.
Kuno gonna
Normal is not what we got here.
Kuno doesn't...
Yes? Ah, I'm glad to hear it, Detective. If you ask me, why are you You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign? Ah, next I suppose you're going to tell me. Fascinating. In any... You know who might... Now, was there anything else?
Kuno care?
What's going on?
Fuck does Kuno care?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S. Kuno S. She came all in all.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will.
Crazy. You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer. Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. I knew you pigs were too naive for this shit. Good thing Kuno's got her under control. Kuno keeps her calm.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower. But a determined child of her... The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes. Fear. Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah?
He usually looks you straight in the eye. A little something just crumbled there.
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal. Yeah. Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know. Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Some things are too awful to dwell on. The Nakis and Runkaris might be some kind of defense mechanism.
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in. Like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway. Dripping wet. But yeah, that's the place. She was just balled up near the closet. Psycho style. Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
You know this. The body goes into a kind of revulsion shock. Murder hangover. That's what it could have been. Killed a kid. Yes. Makes them look for a quiet, dark place and just hibernate there. Usually goes on for a few days, up to a week. Must have been her first one. You only get it on the first one.
I dunno. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home. She's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like a dog. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there. Or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Kuno? Kuno S? Two of a kind.
'Cause she fucking looks like Kuno. No one knows her name. Kuno calls her C. How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs...
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
He may not be able to do it, but he will try. Right now, he believes he will.
All right. Now we can do business.
He's breathing heavily.
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you hooking for more. Cash in big style. Pig hooker. That's right. Kuno's a candy store for pigs now. Get ready to be rewarded. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or...
Yes, you met him at the gates.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peeper, Kuno. You're testing Kuno.
Get lost,
Kuno doesn't...
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a...
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches, flow bears, or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls. Yet. You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
the nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Murder?
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it.
He was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything.
Hey, stop right there. How does one...
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy...
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
That's right.
What is wrong with you?
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're called skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street,
Just trust me and follow my lead. No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin. The other one shuffles uncomfortably.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Because we can be just as psycho and...
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
Right on, fuck. Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message. What I mean by this is, we are all pissed, and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish in a shorter time. And because when one fucks everything...
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Yes? What is? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, Detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you? That ride is...
Hey, piss... Look who it is.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. Suggest their massive skulls. Come on.
What? No. Skulls don't...
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't...
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell.
Cold-hearted cop.
The need will not...
The jackets are meant...
I don't know, Eric.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. As you tap on the gauge...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerized.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says you...
We should try again.
Anything else, Detective? 57?
In the cabin, you see a set of... The tear machines. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. The little boy had it good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere and serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. bet.
I learned that people don't want to talk to...
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I agree, officer.
Nice. From what I learned, there was a... No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking them. The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then...
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. How may I help you? Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lammy. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. No. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November '46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one. Ugh, it's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon tiny hills tiptoeing. The call is terminated by the other. This is the night.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success.
That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today? Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great... You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything.
Judging from how happy he is, it looks like you did it. Well done, sire. You don't know his full plan. Perhaps he expected trickery. Perhaps the signatures weren't important. The point is, do not think you're ahead of him.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pine.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter. It's already happening. 2,372. Plus yours truly.
2,373. And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be
That's drug
trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes.
Wow, a neurochemical. Psychoactive labor uprising stroke hostile takeover.
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. You know why you're such a good detective, Harry. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight. Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez. We're way past specific union members now. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big time.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
As I said, she's a character. Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated...
He proudly spreads his hands.
So the village is doomed.
You were there. You saw the place. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do... Harry, imagine a youth. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the center. I got room for a retail...
There is true indignation in his voice when the pain is true. And then there will be a giant statue of him towering above it all.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That's...
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks.
Great, Harry, great. I think we've This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, I'm always happy to educate and entertain. Very nice, Harry. Is there anything else?
care. So? Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yeah?
Kuno sent your fat ass.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said after this shit. You better have something.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a like half a baggie, but like in this vial.
That's half a gram.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Fuck you talking about half a G? This shit.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure. Confiscate it.
So half of a half is a quarter, right?
Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Kuno knows. Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police vibe. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Kuno doesn't.
The purity of snow always remind. Yes, the Debadur. I'm an old man.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday. It's a private matter.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would run.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mine.
It's his heart.
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now? Yes, it does. Unfortunately, no one.
No.
Yes.
Look, officer.
The
Evrard created this job for René.
Look, officer. Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything worth mentioning among your achievements. You should resort to good old lying. But of course, sire. Looks like they... This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached. Your heartbeat quickens. Palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
No response. Nothing happens. It must. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. Don't let the quiet fool you.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least...
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine. You pocket the bottle as if it... Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast it before you face the beast. A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even. Something underneath there. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die. Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns, and you see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like...
Well...
The lieutenant's right. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought.
No, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark and...
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Look, he's trying to communicate. What is there to do? We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste. They don't do charity for...
The pile of blankets grunts miserably. The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. And then it dawns upon him. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs. His hand falls back on the bed, limp.
At least he got to say his piece.
Give me a moment.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine temper.
There'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place. Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
She throws you a conspiracy.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gun. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it.
Hello again, officers.
You're back. Good. By love, you did.
Fast. Observe. She is memorizing.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last... 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? Right.
10-4, come in. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. All right.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right?
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000! Ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too. Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective? The name. Everything I managed to come up with.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be good for the sign. Noid's right.
How about something simple, like...
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic, we want real. Real and true and beautiful. Yako Qatar! Yako Qatar! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, eh? Got anything else?
Hardcore! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, the amnesia.
Like the... I can't remember...
It's not amnesia, guys.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not?
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His idea...
You have? Well, what's the name? Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it?
The past is the future, but the future is dead! No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be. And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion. You should go with the flow. Joining up, it feels good. It feels right.
I'm dancing!
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be
Yes, my man!
talk. What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with mood? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes
It's to express my individuality. Of course it is. Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway.
you close.
But just imagine.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it.
Goodbye, off.
She's whistling a melody.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams, but that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are. Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up Sauna, the programmer. She's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And a crap. Sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favour. Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. But earlier today she told me about Welkins, and she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic. Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man, but he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. Who knows? He doesn't really... Who do you want to know about? Andre? He's a cool guy. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision for what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer. Nothing. But then again, there's nothing. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's, I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know? Yes. Yes. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean do? Like for a living? He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself. Sir, I abide by the law. What do you mean do? Like, he abides by the hardcore, sir. What do you want to know? It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible. I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants. Yeah. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. He's the part. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music, though.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her your...
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? He basically...
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things. Anyway.
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in Backwater 4. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah. It was... Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back. People were sweet.
You can see it must have been a great...
Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? I told you.
There's that phrase again. Really?
It means I don't answer questions about myself. Thank you. Sure.
The device feels light. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reef. The silver bird has already flown.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us.
With wonder in...
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy. Cut a cell. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling.
Okay.
What he means is, you can't possibly have handed...
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a wreck. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession. Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools, that's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it. On the coast here, was one of the first things alone on an uninhabited archipelago. I would want to build a safe place for myself. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmonger, huh? It's total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. It's like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grand, like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside.
Year after year, slowly peeled by...
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma fuck. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one? They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. End of quote. This is an icon, a Sarais man, a 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history. Built and maintained by hundreds of generations, a self-appointed... I only said unity. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes, anodic dance music.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye. You defend her. Law minion.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
Humanism leads...
And many...
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real. The world spit. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry, and there is.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer. Speed Freak's eyes narrow.
It's not... They're gonna love it. It'll be like our thing.
What a straight caustic. What's happening here? Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window.
Odd to say, I did get to... Anyway, he dude's seen some crazy... Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? The man picks up on stuff. Good thing you didn't squash him. The Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago. Not like a literal encasement, confinement of something they were afraid of. Something new and like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either. What it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by outside.
No. It's pretty fucking unsound if you are. Anodic music will definitely contain. And if it can't, seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like like a concentric ring spreaded, and that is what caused the communards to fail in defending it. I don't know. Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. Suspicious people are esoteric. It took us setting out for this whole end. It's short for paranoid. A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never it'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be #1. I prefer not to. But the original mistake...
Whatever this true...
It's only our shit. We should make better use of not being animals, or cereal grain, ourselves. Yes, having food is means to an end.
His eyes flicker.
But life is true if it's free from fear. An internal division among oneself. Beats and bright lights.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. The young man is dead serious about this.
Utmost dedication. Egghead usually has a better
Hardcore!
Maybe you're being too specific. Many non-Occidental... Oh yeah, sure thing. They're hardcore. They're just clothes. Nah, these are just boring. It looks like
you suddenly...
Respect to the man!
Aggressive, monotonous, but also somehow sacred, primitive.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car! All right!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore!
Is it though? But is it? I mean really?
Under the radar. True, hardcore, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be. Yakokata. True, hardcore, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. It's the message. So true, hard, internally. All car, all right. Gotta get the people going.
Yeah, Rick.
True, hard, internally. All car, all right.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
The question is, what is the question? But there was no question.
True, hard, internally coherent. All car.
He furrowed.
Hardcore.
The question is, what? But there was a question?
True, hard, all car.
He furrowed.
Is it though? But is it? I mean really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. There is a hawthorn tree en route. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried.
Yeah! The first page of the second chapter.
Could it be? Maybe for him.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with it. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, isn't something holding it back? It's like it's all... I think it's super hard.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed.
Fuck yeah! I knew it!
No nation, but transnation!
Don't be a lunatic.
So...
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking Revershow Imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
Hardcore superstar!
He's not a communist.
Yeah! With a rebel, I can be an ultra. If you want that, do you want me to be...
Please don't turn him into an...
Oh, jeez. Please don't do that. There's enough exploitation in the world.
Aye! Oh, sure. I can do that. If you...
Please don't turn him in...
I don't even know what to say to that.
Aye! Yeah! Dark hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love! Love!
A dopamine surge accompanies the words.
All right!
Yes, what is it?
What? What did you say? I can't hear you! The music is too loud! Oh, the project! It's not going well! There's that guy! I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers. Egghead! He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to catch banks. Maybe you can let me know how it goes.
Vibrations thump a hawthorn tree on a rudis. He stands on stage behind a table. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On what?
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5? Oh, she uses 3.5.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it, right? Hang on. This is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the
Maximum! Maximum is the only...
I know it is.
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to...
See? He pumps it to the Heartmaster. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready.
Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest. It will devour everything. Floorboards, the glass, streets, and people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on? It's getting louder.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
A tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking. The worst high he's ever been on.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously. His eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Come down to us! Love!
Below it, all the base grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent. It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists. A great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Oh! I want to feel the heat with somebody!
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna come down.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop. This is it. A great roar. The...
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again. It was mathematical information. I have no idea.
Her voice seems muffled in the silent chat.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers.
That it wasn't her fault.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry. Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
That's the best she can manage for Andre.
Now, I have a theory to come up with.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilize...
Some tiny hard thing. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it... The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. Dripping water falls. There's rust and...
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad. Well enough, actually. It's hard.
Hello again. Well, that certainly depends. You know, the popular image of the coalition is, for instance, the offices of Well, then there's also the Provisional Commission, as well as the Institute for Revacholian Culture, with its architecturally significant. Inchicom is responsible. Oh, the Institute. There's an exhibition on... Of course there is. That's simple. You're looking for the Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It's a sort of clearinghouse for coalition affairs in Revachol.
Yes, this is just the sort of reason.
If you will, picture the coalition as a kind of wheel. The hub of this wheel is the Comité de Responsabilité, and out from that hub radiate a great many spokes, which connect to Inchicom, the Institute for Revacholian Culture, the Provisional Commission, and so on. I have a long-standing interest in political systems. You see, it's my personal theory that political systems are a lot like personalities.
The man smiles at. He is doing his best not to show it.
Of course, officer, we've only recently met. Well now, that is rather complicated. You can write to the committee directly, but I understand that, of course, if you could somehow contact Coalition Warship Archer, you could reach the committee directly. But why, officer? It's that gigantic aerostatic right over there.
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks, to your eye, like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. Don't let the paint job fool you. It's a goddamn killing machine, and there's nothing...
That is certainly how the Coalition intends for it to be. Apparently, its presence stimulates the exact same part of the neural cord. A very astute question. You see, in addition to its role as not just watching. Well, I suppose you could rent a private aerostatic. That might be the trickiest question of all. From a technical standpoint, it shouldn't be. The problem is that those sorts of radio transmitters are tightly controlled by the Coalition. Even the RCM doesn't typically have...
He's correct. It makes coordinating
All that said, someone with a powerful radio and a certain level of technical skill might be able to circuit bend their way onto the Coalition frequencies. It's only too bad the old Feld engineers are no longer available. This sort of thing would have been right in their wheelhouse.
She's not a Feld engineer exactly, but perhaps...
In any event, it's a fascinating technical chat. Sure, what's on your mind? But of course, what else?
Yes, what is it? You're asking me to circuit bend onto coalition radio frequencies. You want to know is it possible? Probably. But is it a good idea? I'm not so sure. The main difficulty will be finding an antenna powerful enough to reach those frequencies. Unfortunately, you can't exactly buy mega long-wave antennas off the shelf.
She's not joking. Even the RCM has to receive special approval from the Coalition to access that kind of equipment.
I highly doubt it. That tower is barely able to transmit shortwave signals across the bay. To generate megalow frequencies, we're going to need a much larger antenna. I don't see any alternative. We're just going to have to build the antenna ourselves. Because it's a completely different... We need metal. A lot of it. The taller the structure, the better. Something that is both prominent and easily accessible. If it's near a power source, even better.
That's easy.
No, we could not. This church is made from wood. I'm not sure you understand how radios work.
All you hear is silence in your head.
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Maisons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
You're right. Let's talk this through. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information.
The lieutenant motions towards the door. There's fear in